Oh, wait. I need to flip it. There we go. Hello, everyone. I'm back. I'm back. All right. So, I wanted to come on. Today was a pretty crazy day, but we got through it. We got through it. One of the people close to me thought that they had the virus, but we're good. No virus. I rebuked that demon. Okay. So, I wanted to come on and talk to you guys about the moon in Scorpio. And guys, look at my cat. He's acting like I've trapped him in there. Look at him. He's like, where is he? He's like, he thinks he's acting like I trapped him in the house and he can't escape or something. All right, so let's talk about the moon in Scorpio. So, again, as I was saying on my previous live, if you didn't catch it, the moon is still 99% full, which means that it's still technically a full moon and we're still feeling the effects of the full moon, okay? The full moon talks about and is about releasing, okay? Scorpio is a zodiac sign that is associated with our desires, with our sexuality, with how we express ourselves. It is a water sign, so it's very much connected to our emotions. Scorpio is a very magical sign to be born under, because it's ruled by the planet Pluto, even though Pluto is no longer considered a planet, according to scientists. But it is still ruled by Pluto. Pluto being the planet of magic and the occult. So it doesn't surprise me that I had that little altercation today about the occult, because today is all about the occult. It's about people having differences of opinion. My moon is in Scorpio, which means that I am definitely very interested in the occult. Since I was a little girl, I've been very interested in the occult. And I'm not talking about occult in the sense of evil. I'm talking about the occult in the sense of hidden secrets, hidden mysteries, right? Because there's hidden mysteries both in the positive and the negative. Ancient Egypt, the mysteries of ancient Egypt highly influenced the practice of Vodun, the practice of working with spirits to perform magic. And I've always been very fascinated by how Egypt influenced Vodun. And in Egypt, they worked so much with the sign of the Scorpio, with the sign of Scorpio. And it was almost very hidden that they did it. It was very secretive. And the sign of Scorpio was all about desire and manifesting magic. Well, one of the things, like I said before, that is a downfall of Scorpio is holding on to grudges, taking people's criticisms too deeply, to the point where, like, no, what you say to a Scorpio will never forget. We will go to our graves knowing exactly what you said, the date you said it, the time you said it, down to the second. It'll be like, remember we were talking about that and then you said this to me? Yeah. We have the Scorpios have, and I'm a Scorpio moon, so we have the elephant. The elephant mind that remembers everything. If everybody says an elephant remembers everything, right? Scorpios remember everything. So tonight is about what criticisms can you release about yourself and from others? How How can you love yourself more? How can you connect with your sexuality, with your sensuality? How can you fix any sexual issues in your relationship? How can you express what you desire? Because a lot of people desire intimacy, but they use sex as a form of expressing that intimacy. And intimacy and sex are not the same thing. Okay? A lot of us, what we really want from our partners is intimacy. It's that ability to feel safe, to feel secure. But many of us have been taught that the way to do that the way to express intimacy is through sex and through sexual acts. Many of us who have had sexual traumas are taught that the only way to express love is through sexual contact. And so Scorpio asks us to evaluate our relationship with sex and sexuality. Is it a healthy relationship, or is it a toxic relationship? It is about transmuting and transforming. Okay? So, yes, tonight is a great night to do spells, but it really should be a night for us to talk about how can we release, because we're still in that full moon phase. The full moon hasn't fully transitioned out yet. So we're still in that full moon phase. And how can we transmute criticism into positive constructive criticism? How can we utilize the energy to our benefit to manifest our desires? Okay? Because Scorpio will not bite you unless you bite it. And that's the thing with Scorpio. So, also, it's a great time for us to connect with spirit and ask them, how can I connect with you deeper? How can I connect with my magic? All of us have magical abilities, but some of us are more developed than others because we've had time. We've had time. We've had training. We've had that connection our whole lives. And that doesn't make us better than others. It just puts us a little bit ahead in knowledge and in commitment. But all of us have the ability through faith, through knowledge, through commitment to do spells for ourselves. Okay? To do things for ourselves. And asking. If you ask, they will answer. If you ask a spirit that you have a lot of faith in, because this is a faith-based practice. Even though it's not a religion, this is a faith-based practice. Scorpio and Sagittarius kind of both play with the notion of faith. They both play with the notion of faith, where a Sagittarius says, you know what, I'm just going to pray about it and I'm going to let it happen. A Scorpio says, no, I'm going to have faith and I'm going to do something about it. A Scorpio says, I'm going to have faith and I'm going to use my magic. And I'm going to work that magical muscle. And I'm going to use my sensuality to manifest what I want. Because we know that if without faith, without belief in magic, you can't achieve greatness in magic. I practice both folk magic, which is what my family practices, folk magic, and I have been blessed enough to find someone that taught me high magic. And this person gave me all of the things that they knew about high magic, and I was blessed enough to learn high magic from this person. But this person was put in my path by my spirit guides. And this person is no longer alive. But this person was put in my path by my spirit guides. And then my spirit guides continued to lead me to more and more and more and more secrets. You will only receive the message from spirit that you deserve. You have to deserve to receive that message. How do you make yourself worthy? Is what we should be asking tonight. How do I make myself worthy to receive the magical knowledge that Spirit wants to share with me? How do I make myself worthy? And the one secret that many will not tell you is that you have to have faith in them. You have to have unshakable faith in Spirit. And then they will share their secrets with you. They will share their mysteries with you. But you have to earn it. And you have to come to them for the right reasons. Because remember, how you go to a spirit, the spirit that you what you have in your heart will draw to you. The spirit will draw to you a similar spirit. So if you have evil in your heart, you will draw to you evil spirits. And these evil spirits may or may not trick you, or may flat out tell you, I'm evil. And if you want revenge and you want power and you want darkness, then I will give that to you. And then if you have good in your heart, you will attract spirits of light. And these spirits of light will tell you, I will give you wisdom, and I will give you blessings, and I will give you happiness and joy if you have faith in God and you have integrity and you follow what I say, which is why I say, and many of you know, that I always do what my spirit tells me to do. I have turned away money. I have turned away many things from material hands, because if it doesn't come from my spirits, it's not worth it. Okay? You need to use discernment with the spirits and with the people around you, and identify. And that's one thing that Scorpio does greatly. Scorpio is a sign that is like, you don't feel right to me. Scorpio is a zodiac sign that is very, very empathic. It will know. One thing that Scorpio does really well, because Scorpio is so good at holding grudges, is that it can feel when they're being lied to. A Scorpion can feel when they're being lied to. They know. I know when I'm being lied to. I can feel it in my gut like poison. Okay? So when you are a Scorpio, when you have that energy of magic, you can feel it. And remember that like snakes have venom, but they also have the anti-venom that will get them into situations and will get you out of situations. Okay? So it's really important to remember. I'm actually not a Sagittarius because I was actually born in the 13th zodiac sign, but I'm clumped under Sagittarius because that 13th zodiac sign, which is ruled by the sign of the snake, is between the 1st of December and December 21st. I'm actually in that time frame. So I'm actually the snake sign. I'm actually not a Sagittarius, but I happen to be just clumped into Sagittarius. It's the 13th zodiac sign. So back to Scorpio. The fact that my moon is in Scorpio. This is why it's so important to actually look at your chart. And I gave you guys, a lot of you guys, I gave you the link to find your chart for free. The zodiac signs, right? My moon is in Scorpio. It means that I'm definitely able to sense. So use this moon right here, the moon of Scorpio, to sense the BS, to connect with your spirits deeper, to connect to the secrets of spirit, to connect to the secrets of the mysteries deeper. Because this is the sign of sensuality, of desire, of magic. We are so brainwashed as a society that we have forgotten who we are. We have forgotten that we are magic. That just like the tree has magic, just like a rock has magic, just like the stars have magic, we are magic. And magic is a muscle that we have to use to make it stronger. And you don't have to use that muscle to do evil on others. You can use that muscle to connect with your spirit guides, to do better for yourself in your life, to fulfill your prophecy, to fulfill your mission. So, again, don't waste this time. Today is a perfect day. Look at that full moon and ask that full moon, okay, what is Scorpio trying to tell me today? What do I need to release? What is holding me back? What do I need to forgive? Because one of the biggest things that Scorpios have a problem with is forgiveness. And we're always tested with forgiveness. I've always been tested with forgiveness. That's been my test my entire life. I've always been tested. Okay, how much are you going to forgive? How much are you going to forgive? How much are you going to forgive? What are you going to forgive? What are you going to give to spirit? What are you going to act on? What are you going to give to spirit? And that's been my lesson for my entire life is, am I going to give in to the negativity of people who want to tear me down because they just don't like the fact that I'm winning? Or am I going to give in to the positivity and allow my spirits to handle everything and know that I'm covered and I am protected? I'm covered and protected. So that's why it's so important to remember. And every day, I think that one of the things that this pandemic has taught us is to look at ourselves deeper and to question, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? Because I am not here to waste this time. I am not here to put up with my baby daddy and his shenanigans and be miserable my whole life. I am not here to be put down by the system. We are not here to be slaves. We're not here to be slaves of money. We are here to be masters of money. It's funny because there's a whole bunch of planes flying out of my local airport. I live right next to the airport, and it's an army base, and there's a whole bunch of planes flying out, guys. Like a whole bunch of planes. Like, what are y'all doing? Military's up to something. There goes another one. I sound like DJ Khaled. And another one. But yes, so I'm done with my spiel. Make sure that you are paying attention. Pay attention to yourself right now. Okay? Pay attention to what you're holding on to and what you need to let go of. Okay? So there are so many things to be grateful for. And I will always remember, look at the bigger picture. Look at the bigger picture. Why would the spirits of light... Well, the spirits of light didn't do this. They're contradicting it. But why would God allow this to happen? Why would God allow this to happen? There's a bigger picture. There's more to it. There is a sense of awakening and elevation from this. And many people are actually elevating. I've actually gotten a few calls from a few people, a few clients who have spiritual gifts, and their children are starting to awaken and have these possessions and of spirits of light and these dreams and these prophetic visions. So a lot of people are awakening right now. So this is a really huge time for awakening. We are getting an expansion of DNA. Many are choosing to leave, because I have had a few spirits that have come through that have passed away from this virus, and have said that the angels gave them a choice to stay behind or to leave, and they are choosing to leave because they want to go to the new earth, or they want to go to paradise. However, we are about to experience the new earth right here. We don't have to leave to experience it. So we have to allow ourselves to awaken. We have to. When this is all over, Archangel Michael has asked me to do a mass head blessing. And I will give you guys more information about that. And this head blessing is very similar to what he shows me is very similar to the baptism that John the Baptist was doing on people before Jesus came. And John the Baptist was making the way for the new Christ. Archangel Michael has asked me to bless many heads once this is all over with a baptism, to baptize people. So if you're interested in doing that, when I announce it, you can sign up for that. There will be a ceremony that I will be doing here in New York, where I will be doing a mass blessing of heads. I will be doing a mass baptism. And it will be when this is all over. We have to make the new way for the new Christ. So I'm going to let you guys go. I have some things I got to do. I have to finish up. Tomorrow is Holy Thursday. So if you have altars and you're in the 21, remember to cover your altars and to light white candles of protection. One white candle of protection. The rest of your altar needs to be off. If you believe in that. Just a reminder. Usually there are 3 days of darkness, which are Thursday, Friday, Saturday, in honor and in respect of the crucifixion of Christ. So tomorrow you can ask for your protection and ask and think about ways to ascend. All right? Many blessings, everybody. I have a lot of things to do. Mwah.